Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brimster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle by Wuschel called Auf der Rennbahn. I probably got the pronunciation on one of those things, probably both wrong. Apparently, Mord auf der Rennbahn means murder at the racetrack, which is kind of thematic because I come from Melbourne, where every year we kind of celebrate a big horse race, and like for the last few years it's been big news that we should get rid of it because every single time there is a horse that has to get put down because of a fall or something, and it's just yay. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I know a lot of people are big fans of horse racing. I'm ambivalent. Whatever. Anyway, murder at the racetrack. I don't know anything about this puzzle apart from the fact that it was sent to my tester, who came back going, yeah, tricky, and has actually sent me a spoiler note saying when you get stuck, if you get stuck, but it was actually like when you get stuck in the video, have this on screen that you can unspoiler this and be able to proceed. It was like, right. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. So I'll use that if I need it. What else is going on? We've just released Caging Constraints a few days ago. For me, it was yesterday. And hopefully people are enjoying the pack. The initial feedback, it came out less than 12 hours ago my time. I've already had some emails of people sending in solution codes of some puzzles, so that's great. It's good to see that people are actually engaging with the pack. And yeah, I mean, from my perspective, the thing that I'm happiest with in the pack is the first Psycho Killer puzzle I've released in over a year. Psycho Killer was the first puzzle constraint I ever came up with, and I kind of put it aside as I couldn't see what I could potentially do to grow this constraint. And after a year of setting other things, I came back to it and read, ooh, I've got some ideas. So I've played with one of them. And of course, there's the puzzle by Fistamafel. There's puzzles by Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards. I should never start doing this because I'm going to forget people. The awesome, so I recently resolved one of the awesome source puzzles, and it was really, really good. The directionary puzzle. Grab the pack. Details are below. Just work through all of them. The scenic hikes and the treks into the wilderness, the early ones are easier than normal for those sections. They just kind of broke into those sections because of the tricks that you may need to spot. So, yeah, but I detail all that in the pack, so I'm not going to go into it here. Go get the pack. I think you'll have a lot of fun. Let's have a look at Mord auf der Rennbahn by Wuschel. So, what do we have in this puzzle? Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have killer, so digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. Those two cells will sum to 8, those two to 10, those two to 11, etc. throughout the box, the grid. And digits placed on purple Renban lines must be a set of consecutive, non-repeating digits in any order. So you can never repeat a digit on a Renban line, and if you were to take the digits that are finally placed on the Renban line off and sort them, they will be a run of consecutive digits. So for example, if this right here was a 2 and this was a 6, then we would know the other digits on the line would have to be 3, 4, and 5 to connect the 2 and the 6. So that's the rules. Let's give this a shot. So those killer cages aren't perfectly middling. So, for example, this can be from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And 13, well, 13 could be anything from 4 up. This can be anything from 5 down. These 10 cages are incredibly middling. So that's not jumping out at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, that's interesting. So, oh, that's very interesting. I think. Okay, So those cells there are the only cells in those columns that can take fives. Because a 5-cell Renban, if I start at 1, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I start at 9, I have to go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So a 5-cell long Renban must have a 5 on it, otherwise I can't make a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order with the digits 1 to 9. So this must have a 5 on it, this must have a 5 on it, and this must have a 5 on it. However, this is all in 3 columns. So I cannot put another 5 in those 3 columns. And it's the same here. Those must have a 5, those must have a 5, and those must have a 5. So in this box, 5, I can't put, if I was to put 5 into that cell, I would then, so yeah, because I have to put 3 5s on these Renbans, and I can only put 3 5s in those columns, none of the other cells in those columns can take 5s. So I cannot put a 5 there. None of the other, same here, I cannot put a 5 here. However, I have to put a 5 on that Renban line. So 5 on this Renban line has to go here. These can't take 5s now. But does... that mean 5... So let's do it this way. I'm going to mark up all of the cells that cannot be 5. Right, yes it does. But I am going to do it this way. I'm going to mark up all of the cells that cannot be... well, actually, I'm going to ignore those cells. Yep, those can't be 5. Those can't be 5. Those can't be 5. Those can't be 5. So those cannot be 5. Now, if this was a 5, this would be a 5, because this sees all 4 of those. If this was a 5, this would be a 5, then that would be a 5. That seems to work. This is weirding me out. What if this is a 5? Because if this is a 5, this is a 5, and then this is a 5. That works too. But I still need to put... hang on a minute. I can't put 5s in 10 cages. So those can't be 5s. Which means I've got an X-wing on 5s here. Wait a minute. So if this is a 5, I can't put a 5 here, and I can't put a 5 here. So in this row, where I can't put 5s in any of those, if I put a 5 here, this will have to be a 5. And if I put a 5 here, this will have to be a 5. And you can see that by... none of these cells can take a 5. These ones, because of the logic I explained in the columns. Because of the 5 here, this can't be, and I can never put 5 in a 10 cage because it's double 5. So if I put a 5 here, neither of these can be 5, so this will have to be a 5. If I put a 5 here, then neither of these can be 5s, and this will have to be a 5. Either way, either one of those two is a 5, or one of those two is a 5, which means all of these cells here can actually not be 5s. And this gives me an X-wing of 5s in these, which means these can't be 5s. It's the same logic. And now on this Renban line, The only place I can put 5s now is in those two, so these can't be 5s. And it's the same here. On this Renban, if I was to put a 5 here, there's no 5 on this Renban here. So 5 has to be in those two, so these can't be 5s. Which means this is an X-Wing on 5. That's a 5. Because this is an X-Wing on 5s on those two Renbans. So those can't be 5. This is 5. There is no 5 in those. I can't put 5 in any of those because of that X-Wing in 5s. And 5 has to exist in those. So 5 is in these spots. And I can get rid of the colouring. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the grey colouring. Because what I might want to do is colour these 5s. Because, for example, if this is yellow, this can... So either this is 5 or it isn't. And if this isn't, this is. So one of these two is going to be a 5. And if this is a 5, this isn't. So if this is a 5, this is a 5. So what we're doing is we're colouring basically of which one of these is on or off as a 5. So if this is a blue, then this would be blue. If this is yellow, then this will be blue because it's on the same Renban, and that works for here as well. This being blue means this would be yellow, so this would be blue, which works in this column as well. This would be yellow, so this would be blue, which works for this column. And I don't seem to be able to get it into these 5, so I'm going to uncolour them. But these hold true. Hang on, there's a 6 cage here without a 5 on it. This is 2-4. And 13 cage without a 5, a 2, or a 4 is a 6-7 cage. Which means this is a quad. 1, 3, 8, 9. They're quite extreme. Eight cages without 5s. I am concerned my music is quiet. I am definitely going to need it. 8 cages without 5s. So they could only be 1, 7, 2, 6. So these are 1, 2, 6, 7. Again, quite extreme. 12 cage without a 5 is 3, 9, or 4, 8. 10 cage has lots of options though. I've used this trick, which is why I may have seen it. This cell sees every cell on that line. And this is a 5-cell Renban line. So if I was to put a 1 on this line, this would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that could not be a 2 or a 4. So I cannot put a 1 on this line. I can't put a 2 on this line because then it would have to go either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this can't be a 2. So if this isn't 1 or 2, this isn't 6 or 7. This has forced this line down. But this could be a 3, because I could go 3, 4, 2, 4, and then these being 5, 6, 7. Now, pardon me, this line has been forced down. So the maximum I can put on this line is 6. While that cell sees those, if this is 2, this becomes 6, and that would have to be the 6. So that would be the 5. 2, and these would be 3 and 4. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4 all works. But this cell is the same. So, oh, that's even more powerful though, isn't it? Because it means I can't put, if this was a 9, this would be 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and that would have no value. So this is not 9, and if this is 8, this is either 98765 or 87654, and this would have no value because I'd still have to put 9 or 6 somewhere, 7 and 6 somewhere on this line, and which would mean this cell would have no fill. So this can't be 8 either. So this is 1 or 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get up to 7 though. But where would I put the 6? 3, 4, 5. Where would I put the 6? If this is 7, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that doesn't work. This can't be 7, because if this is 7, this becomes 6, and then I can't put 6 on this line. So this can't be a 7, but it can be a 6, because 6, 7, 6, and then I've got room for 5, 4, 3. But that couldn't be 7, so this can't be 1. Which doesn't mean I can't put 1 on this line. So what about here? 3, 4. I can't put 1 or 2 on this line. And I can't put 7, 8, or 9 on this line. So if I can't put 7 or 9, 7, 8, or 9 on the line, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to put 2, 3, 4, and 5 on that line. 2, 3, 4, and 5 with 1 or 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't put 5 in a 10 cage. So this is... One, two, three. because that line can't go above 6. So these have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And must contain a 5. I could put an 8 or 9 in here, though. It does mean one of these is driven up. Yeah, this is tricky. This is very tricky. I mean, this is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I don't know that that helps, does it? Like, this is 1. This is 3. And these are 2, 4, 5. So this would be 2. These would be 4, 5. This would be 9. Okay, 2. This becomes 1 or 6. Which means this becomes 2 or 7. I need to put... I don't know. What about over here? I need to... See, I've kind of got a 3 or a 4 in here, but that doesn't force that in any meaningful way. Like, if this was 3... Hang on, if this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... If this is 3, this can't get high enough. Because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but with this being 3, I can't get up to the 8 or 9 that this would have to be. This is not 3, this is not 9. So I'm starting to whittle this down. This is 4, though. I can get up to 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this is 3, 4, then I've got 6 and 7 to play with. If this is 8 or 9, this is the other 8 or 9, and these become 5, 6, 7. If this is 3, 4, I can't go down to 2, and this becomes 5, 6, 7. Hang on, if this is 8, 9, I can't use 3 or 4, so I have to use 5, 6, 7. And if this is 3, 4, I have to use 5, 6, 7. These are only from 5, 6, 7. So it's either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if this is 3, 4, this becomes 1. This becomes 2 because I couldn't go up to 6. This would become 3 or 4. And that's broke. Ignore this stuff. That can't be 1. If this is a 1, I can't get to 6 on a 5-cell Renban, so this becomes a 2. If this is a 2, This can't be 1 or 2, and it can't be 6. I can't hit 6 on the Renban, and I can't use 1 or 2. So this becomes 3 or 4. In a 10 cage, that makes this a 6 or a 7, giving me a 6, 7 in the column, making that a 2, and I've just put 2 2s into an 8 cage. Boom! This is not a 1, that is a 3. Meaning this is 8, 9, because this is either 3, 4 or 8, 9. So this is an 8, 9 now. If this is 8, 9, then this is not 8, this is 3, 4. That 3 takes 3 out of all of those. Now, there's no 6 in these anymore. Oh, hang on, no, that's not true. That is completely not true. What there isn't is there's no 3 in those. Hang on. 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I can't use a 1 or a 2 on here or in those. Because if I put a 1 or a 2 on this Renban line, I need to continue. So I'd need a 3 to bridge up to the 5. So this has to start 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9. That's the 8, that's the 4, that's the 2, that's the 4. That makes this 1 and 7. There is no 7 on here. This is a 5, 6 pair. I have no idea if that was the intended step, but holy cow. So these are 1 and 2 because they're the things that are not on the line. And this is the quad, which is 4, 6, 7, and 8. There's no 1 in here. So this is not 1, 7. This is actually 2, 6. Which means I've got 6s lining up. 6 in this box has to be in those two. Those two, there's only 2 6s in the column. There is no 6 there anymore. Which means this is either 9, 8, or 6. But I can't put a 6 there for the same reason. So this is not 6, this is not 4. This is now 1 or 2. If this is 2, this is 6, this is 2, this is 6, this is 7, this is... maybe. Wait, this 8 is making this 9. This is 1. There is no 6. That is 2. That is 6. The 6 makes this 7 and this 6. I've got 1 and 2 on the line, so this becomes 4, 5. 1 in this box has to be down here. I'm going to mark that. Sorry, I've just noticed a whole heap of other stuff, like 4 has to be up here. If 4 is in here, it's with a 6. If 4 is here, then this would be 2, 8. Which I think it can be. Wait a minute, but I know what this Renban line is. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's no 2 there. There's no 4 there. So 4 has to be in there. So there's no 4 there. There's no 5 there. There's no 5 there. This is weird. I can do the same down here. This Renban line is known because it's got a 9. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5. There is no 5 where I don't have colour. This is not 8. So this is 6 or 7. There's no 6 on here. So the 6 must be on here, which takes 6 out of there. That's now a 6, 7. Six is down here, which is sort of doing a similar thing to up here, but I can't see how to force that. 6, 4 in here makes sense with the 4 looking at it, but I could still put a 6 here, I think. Because if I put a 6 here, then this can't be 1, 9. It could be 2, 8. Or 3, 7, maybe? Wait a minute, no, 4 is forced into this cage. This 4 sees those, and this 4-5 pair sees those, and I can't put 4 on this Renban. This is a 4-6. Okay, so that simplifies all of that. This is 4-6. Ah, it's the same up here. 6 and 6. This is symmetrical. I wonder if this whole grid is symmetric. This turns out to be a symmetrical grid. Boy, do I make myself look like an idiot. Although, I don't know. I was about to say, there's an X-Wing on 5s. Of course there's an X-Wing on 5s. There's always been an X-Wing on 5s. 4, 8. I don't know how I break into those 5s. No, this 11, it can't be 5, 6, but... Well, it can't be 4, 7 either, because 4 is in here. So this is 2, 9 or 3, 8. 2 can't be in there, so... Where does 7 go up here? It's not in the 11 cage, so 7 is in one of those 3? I'm not sure that's helping me. What might help me is 1 is in one of those 2. Because I can't put 1 in the 11 cage. 1 is already seen there. I can't put 1 on that Renban. So 1 is down here. 1 over here. I can put it in here with a 9. This is very strange, and I like it a lot. I'm just not sure how to progress. Like, I can't even see how I'm supposed to break into the 5s. Three, 4, 5, 8, 9 go across here. These are 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. That can't be 4. That can't be 3. That can't be 5, or that can't be 5 either. That can't be 4. These are 2, 3, 4, 5. I could put 9 on here. If I put 9 on here... Tricky puzzle. Right. 1 in this column had to go down here because I couldn't put 1 in any of those cells, which means 1 can't go down here. 1 can't go there. 1 is in one of those 2. I can put 2 there, though. I was trying to see if I could force... And 2... Oh, no. So 1 is in one of those 2. Actually, I can't put 1 on any of those. 1 is in one of those 2. Which means 1 over here is in one of those 2. But 1 is over here. That's not the 1. This is a 1. So this is now either 3... This is 3, 7. Because it sees 1, 2. So it can't be 1, 9. It can't be 2, 8. And it can't be 4, 6. This is 3, 7. There's no 3 here. I can't... So what are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7... No, 4, 5, 8, 9. How's that going to work? If this is 8, 9, this becomes 4, and that's broken. If this is 8, 9, that becomes 4. I can't put a 9 on this line. If I put a 9 here, I can put an 8 here and a 5 here, and maybe not. But I can't make this 8, 9. So if I put a 9 here... Oh, hang on. 9, 5 would work. Because then I could go 8, 7. 4, 5... Hang on. Can I go down, though? That's an interesting question. Can this be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2? 6, 5, 4... No, because this would have to be 3 and 2. There needs to be a 7 on this line, and that's the only place for it. Which means yellow is not 5. Blue is 5. And yellow, let's do it this way. Yellow is not 5. I can take 5 out of the middle of those, and then I can select all of my colors and make them go away. So this is not 5 anymore. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not a 5 anymore. Two, 3 makes that 4, which means there's no 4 there. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. So this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this can't be 2, 8, 3, 7, or 4, 6. This is 1, 9, which makes that 8. And that 1, there's no 1 in those. This is the 1 now. So this is a quad, but can I take that further? Because 2 has to be in here. 3 has to be in here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This 7, 8 is looking up. There's no 8 there. So this is a 2, 8 pair. And this is a 3, 9 pair. Which means that can't be a 9. That is a 4. So this is an 8 because now it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's no 8 in here. There's no 8 in here. So there's no 3 in here. This is 2, 9, making that 3, 4. That makes that 3. There's no 7 or 8 there. That's 4. So I can take 4 out of those. This is a 6, 7, 8. This 9 is looking up. That's not 9. And it's not 4. That is 8. That is 9. The 8 makes that 9 and that 8, which makes that 2 and that 9, which makes that 3 and that 2. The 3 looks back, making that 7 and that 3. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grump. But the 1, 6 makes that 4 and that 6. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 2, 3. So 3 has to be in here somewhere. Because 3 can't be up here because of that pair. It can't be up here. So it has to be in here. It's not 6 or 7 and it can't be there. So this is a 3. So this has to go at least... Oh no, that just hooks up to that, so it doesn't actually tell me much. What are these three digits? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's not 2, so this is a 6, 7 pair, so this is a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6. So this is either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 2 or 7, and it's not 7. This is 2, which makes that 3 and that 2, which makes that 7 and that 3, which makes that 8 and that 7. The 6 looks over, making that 4 and that 6. This now has to be 1 or 9 for the row, and that 9 tells me it's 1 and then 9 and 1. The 7 has been looking down 6 and 7, which makes this 1 and 6. This is not 1, this is a triple, which is 4, 8 and 9. 4, 8 makes that the 9. 4 here makes that 8 and that 4. There is no 8 here. This 2 makes this 1 and 2, which makes that 8 and 2. That 4 makes that 5 and 4, which makes that 6 and 5. That's probably been there for a while, but I've been progressing doing other things. So when people say, you missed something, but I've been doing something else. Yeah, and if I miss something because I'm staring at the grid going, I can't see anything for 10 minutes, yeah, that's missing something. But when it's like I could have taken a different path, that's not missing something, that's taking a different path. 3 and 7, which is possibly me missing something. 1 and 9, and that's resolved. 9 and 1. The 9 looks back going 3 and 9, which jumps over going 7 and 3. That means this is 8, which means I take 8 out of here, and this 6 looks down going 7 and 6. And that was Mord Auf der Rennbahn by Wuschel. Holy cow. What was the trick that Virtual sent me? Sorry, Virtual is one of my testers. Of course he is. He's an amazing solver, and yeah, incredibly helpful guy. And I have a really good friendship with Virtual. He's one of the people I've collaborated with and done collab solves with on the channel. Can row 5 column 4 be a 1? Right, yes, that's the thing I found here. Yes, can this be a 1? And I found out it couldn't. And I found it because of all of this stuff. Yeah, if this was a 1, this had to be a 2, and then this had to be forced this to in conflict with a pair, and this would have to be a 2, and I'd be putting 2 2s into an 8 cage. And last time I checked, 2 plus 2 does not equal 8. Or if it does, and I'm sure someone out there would make a Sudoku where that was true, possibly Zetamath. That's the sort of thing I imagine he would do. I don't know. That was really, really fun. That was a very cool puzzle, and I enjoyed that one a lot. Thank you, Wuschel, for sending it through. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope if you got very, very stuck on it, that the video was able to help you. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please check out Caging Constraints and have a look at Into the Crosshairs. Or I think it's Into the Crosshairs. I can't even remember the name of my own puzzle anymore. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It is called In the Crosshairs. Have a look at In the Crosshairs, which is my first Psycho Killer puzzle in a very long time. It's a hard puzzle, but I'm very happy with it. Yeah, have a look at the pack. It's really cool. There's a lot of other cool puzzles in there as well. It's my channel. I'm kind of being a bit mean. Wherever you're looking for your puzzles, whether it's the CTC Discord archive, many of the books that are released, all of the other stuff that's coming out, the other channels that are out there. Yeah, check out Memrista's channel. He's been doing some amazing stuff recently. Check out Ranks. Check out Zetamat's channel. There's so much cool stuff out there. Wherever you're getting your puzzles from, good luck with your solving.